internet is hopefully rocking and hopefully strong
No
right
more
here.
technical difficulties.
No, it's all good. So I just want to start off again by just saying how we met. I met you downtown Santa Ana. You were doing some open tables over there, and I met you through like a friend. We started doing open tables at Chapter One, and got to meet like a lot of different DJs. Got to meet a lot of different people just through that experience, and it's just a whole culture down there. So if you guys never been to like Santa Ana, there's some open tables there. There's some club life there. It's just a really cool place, and Chapter One is great. They have great food. They have a cool bar environment. Hoping to get back there, but that's where I met the Nan right here. So she came in with a friend. I sat down with her. I seen that she had records, and I was like, "Hey, like we have open tables. We got a turntable. You got records. Go ahead and do your thing." And she kind of just looked at me like, "F you. I don't want to get on." And I was like, "Oh, come on, come on." And then finally, she did get on, and she was great, and I enjoyed her set. So. And then down the line, we obviously with COVID, all the bars shut down, so we stopped that. And then Sweet Velvet Des, which is happens to be my cousin. I had no idea she was my cousin. She texted me and said, "Hey, I think we're cousins, and I want to, maybe get down on your show if possible." So we set that up. We had her come in. So if you watch the live stream that we had on our Mixcloud Mixler channel as well, those are available if you want to listen back to that. But Nancy came in the studio, and I didn't know that was her friend. I was like, "What the heck?" Like,
Small
oh
world.
my god, you know this girl, and this mystery woman, and yeah. So I was like, "Hey, we have to get you on. We'll put you on with Jazzy. I think you guys would be a great combination to do a show." And so now we're here. Now we're talking to her here and getting her going. So welcome to the show. So I want to start off with some questions here with you. Pretty basic stuff. Where did you grow up? What area?
So I was born and raised in Santa Ana. Well, my parents and I have both of my parents and my two older sisters. They all came from Mexico, from Michoacan. And then they moved to Santa Ana, and then I came along. But yeah, I was born and raised in Santa Ana pretty much my whole life. I'm 25.
Wow.
So yeah, 1995. Yeah, but I was pretty much born and raised in Santa Ana. Obviously, you've been around. It's Latinos everywhere. Small city, but everything's nearby. I grew up right here, pretty much like where downtown Santa Ana is, but it used to be called La Cuatro. It was before like all the bars and everything. Everything pretty much changed up, but I pretty much grew up like in that area, so very familiar with downtown Santa Ana.
Yeah, and for people that will see this and maybe not familiar with Santa Ana and just what it's like, I mean, it's definitely a place like a lot of culture there, right? A lot
Mhm.
of big Latino culture. But it's almost like a little country in itself. Like it's like if you go there, like you got to watch your back in some places. Some places are really nice, but there's a lot of like, whoa, we got taco mans running by, you got fireworks, and it's not Fourth of July.
Eloteros and everything.
Yeah, it's an adventure there for sure. There is a bum that walks by the studio that I don't think I've ever seen him with pants on, and he stands like at the McDonald's right there where we're at. So, but he doesn't wear any pants. He's very fit because he's a bum. But yeah, so it's definitely an adventure. And then you went to high school at Santa Ana High, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I went to Santa Ana High School, graduated in 2013. Um, I We actually moved from the area where downtown San Ana is, to the other side, so like where Bristol is. Um, so I'm close by to San Ana High School. Yeah, since I did the 4 years there, graduated.
Nice. And then for the records, like let's go into the music. So, what type of music do you love the most to spin and play?
So I mostly collect funk. I do have oldies, oldies, and G funk. Most of the music that I collect was mostly like inspired, like kind of like because of my sister. She put me on a lot of funk. Growing up, she was always playing either Art LeBeau or Cameo, the Bar-Kays, Rick James. So like most of the songs and the music that I grew up listening to was through my sister,
Mhm.
and she actually had a record, Bar-Kays record here at the house that I stumbled upon, and I seen it, and I never really thought about like collecting records until I seen it, and then that kind of just inspired me to like start my own collection. I've always had, like, since I was a little girl, I've always had like collections, whether it was like toys or um shoes. I've always had like collections. So then when I seen that record, I was like, I think it's time. Like maybe I want to start collecting. So I feel like it's kind of started from there. But music wise, like it's always been because of my sister. My parents, they mostly listen to Spanish music. They don't speak English, so it was
Wow.
mostly like Spanish. Yeah, mostly Spanish music, but a big influence was my sister.
Wow. And yeah, like that Bar-Kays, I mean, anytime I'm DJing a party or there's a party going on, the Bar-Kays hit, it's like, those are like the major slaps, right? Like just like the dance floor fillers right there. So that's
Yeah.
really cool. Um, what about, so you mentioned G-Funk. So I'm trying to understand what I know G-Funk is, and I guess in my terms, but are we talking about like the Snoop Dogg's, the Warren G, like that type of
Yes,
stuff,
like
or?
yeah, like Snoop Dogg, Warren G, Dog Pound,
Okay.
Sugar Free.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So I collect that as well. That's I collect R&B 90s, so all the stuff that, burns the ladies' panties off. And then I also collect the 90s, hip hop. I just well, what do you love about the music? And I guess I can tell you what I love about it. What do you love about it?
I guess like just like when I was growing up, obviously listening to funk, like I started picking up like on the on the artists and the songs, and then when I started hearing like gangster rap, I kind of started noticing like I can recall when I first listened to like Ice Cube, I started recognizing like Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton, and I was like, oh shit, like that sounds like that funk song. So then it started clicking, and then it just became like I just naturally started loving it. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like if I like funk, I'm gonna love G funk because it just correlates. Like it goes
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, it goes together. And a
Yeah,
lot of the fans that love funk, obviously they really respect that type of hip hop as well. So, and you can never go wrong with like the 90s hip hop. Like everyone
right.
usually when they hear that, they're like, "All right, this is what it is." I remember just listening to like a lot of like the funk as a kid too. A lot of like that disco funk. And I remember like at my Nino was like I was in the car with him. I had like a Walkman on. I was listening to like some like fucking like disco funk and like Gap Band or something like that. And he's like, "What the fuck are you listening to? Like, why would you listen to this?" But now that you say that, I mean, yeah, I mean a lot of that hip hop has, and that was big at the time. So a lot of that hip hop has like that funk feel. So I
Mhm.
think just those two together got me into that type of funk as well, and also that 90s. But yeah, and now that 90s, is it hard to find for you? Like some of those records?
Yeah, well, I'm still like in the process of like expanding my collection. But my most recent G Funk that I just bought was the Murder Was the Case by Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
So that's probably one of my favorite albums too. But I have mostly singles. But I'm still like expanding on and looking.
Yeah, and I like I said, I collect it as well. So, but I get like a lot of the new stuff. I mean, some of the old stuff, like you just have to have it. As
Mhm.
far as like there's not really new copies available, and it
Mhm.
gets pretty pricey. Like that
Oh
that
yeah.
stuff is hard to find, and then also pretty pricey. And also with the R&B, that 90s R&B as well.
Oh
It's like
yeah.
it's pretty pricey.
Yeah.
I still buy it. I don't give a fuck. I'm like still buying this shit, but I'm gonna go broke doing it. But yeah. So okay, and let's go into Was there like a? Well, you're a little bit younger, so was there ever like CDs that you bought, or were you just strictly like downloading stuff, strictly vinyl? Like,
Um, CDs, I don't really recall. I know that like during like MySpace days, I had a MySpace.
oh
So then
boy,
MySpace had like your like little playlist that you would like you would gather up. So I feel like I started learning like more songs, like more funk through
okay,
MySpace. YouTube. Um, I feel like that also like it was like a whole different world, just like learning the songs, learning about the songs, learning the song names. Because on MySpace it would be like funk jam number 4, and then on YouTube I like eventually like would find the actual song. So I pretty much kind of like would just make playlists on either like on iTunes or like on YouTube.
wow. So you grew up in the good era, like our era, like so in our era, I don't know if you know the struggle, because I tell some of my little cousins about the struggle. So the struggle is that you'd have to go to the record store. You didn't know what you were buying. Like you might hear a couple cuts, or maybe if your friend had the CD, like I would wait for my friends to buy the CD before I bought the CD, because I was like, there has to be at least 3 bangers on here for me to buy this, you know? So you're like in the golden era right there. Like you just go on YouTube, check it out. All right, I like it. I'll download it. Like, man,
Uh-huh.
you had to like buy these CDs. Like you had to like really and I think that's why a lot of like the vinyl collectors, they go so bananas, because like they had this crap before like the YouTube. So it's like I knew about this before, like you just stumbled upon it on YouTube, which I get it, but you're still digging, right? You're still finding like music and buying it and collecting it, whatever. But yeah, I see their pain as well. But yeah, like you're in the golden era when you can just like show up and dig for it like online. And you don't have to spend any money to do it. Did you ever use like LimeWire or anything like that to download?
Oh yes, yeah,
How
LimeWire
many
for
computers? How
sure.
many computers did you blow up?
For like 2 or 3, just no, for sure. Like I remember once, like I was downloading a couple songs and the computer froze, and it was like a mess. Like I think I actually got a virus from that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I remember LimeWire, MySpace. I remember MySpace was like the shit, but yeah, just
yeah.
streaming music online. Just like through like my sisters, they also had some tapes like Janet Jackson.
Mhm.
They had Morrissey, the Smiths. I had found some like I'll find here and there. I'll find like CDs like or like tapes, but I'm obviously like in this generation, it's like we have YouTube and you can just look it up too.
Yeah, yeah. And just go back to LimeWire. Like I had like, well, even myself, like I probably blew up the family computer for sure. Like I know for a long time my family didn't have a computer, because it was still like this is like 98, 99. And we finally got a computer, and I remember I found out about LimeWire, and it's just like right when you hit like the button like download, like your computer just woo, like, holy shit, like it's over right now. Like there's so many computers right now in some freaking like landfill right now, just LimeWired out right now. Okay, I want to talk about you playing live. So when was your first show? Do you remember like a first show that you played or got invited to? Backyard Boogie, whatever?
Yeah, we've done like a couple um like fundraisers or like car shows. I know we some friends and we did I think it was at Pep's Pizza. They had like a car show, so we would play our records, funk records. I've done a couple like events here and there, and they were mostly like either car shows or fundraisers. Like I think I remember one time we did like it was autism awareness event fundraiser type of thing, and it was also a car show, and that was in Corona. So I've done a couple like events.
That's awesome. And then when you play these events, like, are you super nervous? Because I just talking to you, like you're a very quiet person. Do you get nervous, or do you
Yeah.
need a couple
Uh,
beers? Like, what's like your? Is there any like type of routine that you have before you go on?
yeah. Beers. I just have a couple beers, even a shot.
Oh
Just
man.
throw, just start throwing the records on. Like once I start hearing the music, then I calm down. I just get into the groove. But yeah, and just in general, I'm just like just shy and nervous.
Yeah, and then what's like your beer of choice or shot of choice? Does it matter at that point or no?
Modelo for sure.
Modelo? Okay.
Yeah, Modelo time.
And then so when you're playing live, like what do you enjoy about it? Do you even enjoy it? Like sometimes I feel like when I'm playing, like I'm like I love playing music and I love I guess people getting down. I think it's just like a personal thing with me. Like I just love playing music. I don't really care if you dance or not. Like I'm just gonna jam out. But like do you feel like that? Or is it like or do you get like a rush or energy when like you see people on the dance floor? Like what's like your high when you're playing?
Yeah, well, it feels good like when people do dance, like when you're playing your set. Um, I don't just focus on people dancing. Like I like to play what I like.
Hmm.
Um, just especially like songs that I love, whether it's like funk or oldies. It just depends on like the mood or whatever I have, like whatever I brought with me. Just obviously like all the stuff that I collect, I love. So just enjoying it, enjoying the song, enjoying the vibe, enjoying like just the party wherever I'm at, whoever I'm with. Just as long as like we're having a good time. I even though I get nervous, I regardless, like I just enjoy it.
And then what do you feel like afterwards? So let's say the party cracks, everyone's happy. Like what are you feeling afterwards after your set's over? Like is it like a huge relief or
No, depends. Like if I'm like on a good one or like drinking, like I kind of want to keep going and playing. But no, like I like once I'm on and I'm enjoying my time, and then you know if I keep going, I keep going. Sometimes like I just forget if I'm like on a 30-minute set, like I kind of tend to go over a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Had a question about now you own a Jeep. I go on to I've seen you like on your Instagram, you have a Jeep, so you're a Jeep owner. What got you into that car and what do you enjoy about the Jeep?
Um, I just feel like since I'm kind of well, me and my like our family, we're tall. Like my oldest sister, she's like 6'2". My middle sister's like
Whoa.
5'9". I'm 5'7". So we're all tall here. But I just figure like if I'm gonna get a car, like I want to get something that's kind of lifted. I don't want to just like I want something that's big, that's sporty. So when I seen the Jeeps, I was like, okay, that's definitely gonna be my car. It has to be black. It's not lifted. I want to lift it, and I want to eventually take it off roading. I haven't yet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
But I
kills
just
me.
feel
Like,
like since I'm a tall person, I have to have like something that's big. Not I can't be like rolling around like in a Prius or something. Like I needed a big car.
yeah, I've always wanted like was like a S2000 Honda, but then I realized like I'm 400 pounds and I can't like get in the car like that. Back in my primes, I was able to fit in a car like that. But yeah, like I'm glad I never bought that car. But yeah, I have a Jeep as well. I've had that Jeep, man, for a lot of years. It's a 2001. It's not as cool as yours. But I got the lift on it. Love off roading. That's what I'm saying. We got to take you out. Like we got to break that
Yeah,
thing in. Way too
seriously.
clean. Way too clean. But yeah, there's a lot. This is a good place. Like, Orange County, is a really good place for like the off-road scene because you have San Bernardino's not too far away. You got Big Bear. You got over here in RSM, we have like a little mountain right here. It's like cool little trails. So there's a lot of little trails that you can do, and they're not like, you're not gonna like lose your life trying to do some of these trails. So that's always nice. I was gonna talk about do you ever take off the doors at all?
You know what? I haven't. I did take off. Well, my boyfriend helped me take off the top.
Uh-huh.
that's what I like about it too, that you can take the top off. So I did that not last year because of COVID and everything was closed, but I did it about 2 years ago. So
Hmm.
that was really fun.
Yeah, I love driving like without the top and the doors. They take the doors off, like all that good stuff. Like right now, it has my Jeep has like no doors on it and no top on it right now. So because it's
Okay.
summertime,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how I roll.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna ask you about college. So I seen that you had graduated college, so that's really cool. What college did you go to?
Yeah. So like right after Santa Ana High School, I transferred to Cal State Fullerton. I did do my 4 years, so I earned my bachelor's degree in human services with the with specializing in mental health. So um, I did that. I wanted to become a counselor. It was kind of hard because I'm first generation. Like
Okay.
my sisters, they just graduated high school, so I guess
Hmm.
like going into college like on my own, it was kind of like, well, what do I do? Like, well, how do I go, or where do I go from here? So I was just kind of like exploring, and I've always had a passion for helping people, whether it's like venting or getting them through whatever they're going through. I kind of just figured, well, why don't I just become a counselor with so I was kind of like lost for a little bit, but then I kind of found my way. So I just did mental health, and um hopefully I hope to pursue a career either in like high school counseling or even like therapy. But after like college, I did the 4 years like right away. So I kind of wanted to take a break from that and just kind of like
Yeah.
party for a little bit. Yeah, because I was just like so tired of school. But yeah, that's something that I did. I graduated in 2017.
Okay,
So it's
nice.
been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, like I did the college thing, and me personally, like I just couldn't hang. Like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't have the little hand to like guide me across the finish line,
Yeah.
Like in high school, you show up and they're just like, get to work, and you're like, all right, I'll do
Yeah.
it. But in college, it was like I remember telling the teacher, like, I really got to read like 3 chapters tonight or whatever he was like telling me. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, like get it done. And I'm like, all right, like, but I was like, I was just so lost there. So
Yeah.
yeah, school definitely wasn't for me. So I definitely give you props on doing the whole 4 years and sticking out, because yeah, by the time you hit like 12th grade, like most people like burned out. I know I was burned out. I was like, dude, I've been going to school since I was in Pampers. Like I'm ready to like just party
Yeah.
already,
No, like I was so over it. Like right after like I graduated, I was like, that's it. Like I threw myself like a little party. I played records. I
Hell
was like,
yeah.
that's it. Like I'm just gonna take a break from school because I was like so like done, mentally done.
Yeah.
Like I
Well,
need a break.
yeah, that's awesome. So you're the oldest out of all the girls, or
The
middle?
youngest.
Youngest.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
the youngest. My oldest sister, she's like in her mid 40s, and then my middle sister is like in her 40s as well. Her birthday was 2 days ago.
Okay.
um, but yeah, I'm the youngest.
Okay. And then I wanted to ask you, I think you posted stuff about being a Scorpio. Are you a Scorpio?
Yes, I'm a Scorpio. I have my little necklace right here.
Nice. When's your birthday?
November 15th.
Okay. I'm a Scorpio as well, but
Wow.
yeah, I'm October, because I seen that. I'm like, I wonder if we're on the same birthday. Like
Well, when's
mine's
your
October
birthday?
mine's October 25th. I'm like right
Oh,
on the
you're an October Scorpio.
yeah. So I'm like more crazier than like I guess the regular Scorpio. I don't know. It's funny, like people will be like, "Oh, like what's your sign?" And then I'll be like, "Scorpio." They're like, "Whoa!" Like, and I'm like, but the one thing I'll say, and I don't care if anybody hears this, I do not mess with Geminis. Geminis are evil, man. Those chicks are evil. Like,
That's what I say.
this is words of advice. Words of advice from me and the Nan Ray. If you're
Oh my
looking for a
god.
girl and she tells you she is a Scorpio,
Stay
head
away.
for the fucking hills. I don't care how hot she is.
Block them.
Block them now. Like, save yourself. Save
The
yourself.
time, the energy,
Yes, those girls are. That was my
the
first.
heartbreak.
Yeah, my first boo was fucking a Gemini, and I had to learn the hard way. And I think God God had a plan with that one. Like, dude, fuck this guy's life up, and then he'll be cool like forever else. You know.
Oh
So
my gosh.
yeah. What about? Oh, did you have any questions for me at all? Just off the top. I don't know if you had anything that you wanted to ask me at all.
Um, let's see. I was actually gonna ask you about your horoscope, but you already answered that. So,
Uh, yeah,
um,
we can go
what's
back
your
into. Oh, go ahead.
what's your favorite funk or G funk record?
Oh, damn, that's a really good question. For the G Funk, fuck. I just bought that Above the Rim not too long ago. And I'm gonna tell you a story about this Above the Rim, this freaking record. So I bought the record, and they have like the Dog Pound has like I think it's Gigolo or something that's on there, and it has like the song that I really want, but it's only on that record. So I bought the record, I get the record, I'm listening to it, and it skips. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I just paid like so much money for this record, right? So I'm like, dude, fuck it. Fuck it. I couldn't figure it out. I'm like looking at it, I couldn't figure it out. So then I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna buy another one. I'm gonna buy another one. It's like another like $80, $90, whatever it was. Fuck it. I'm buying it. So I buy it, and then I'm like listening to it. I'm like, cool. Like, okay, I can sleep at night. I got a good copy of it. It skipped on the same spot.
Oh my gosh.
It's the fucking record. Like that record on the Above the Rim, it has a like, I don't know if it's like the recording or something. It's like the same. I'm like playing the record at the same time, like it's skipping on the same spot. So that's the only thing that sucks. That's like the best song on there. But yeah, that's one of the faves. Obviously like the Warren G, that's like fucking too good. I mean, everyone can go back on that. Do you have any favorite G? Well, you said the Murder Was a Case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, I think another one, the first record that I ever bought, the first CD I ever bought was Bone Thugs and Harmony, and
Okay.
that freaking record is like, oh my god, the bangers, like just the bangers on that. So I love those are like probably the few faves that I have. Any bucket list stuff that you want to do before you die?
Um, I think everybody would also want to do this, but travel, obviously, it's kind of cliche, but travel, probably get more tattoos. I only have one tattoo, but hopefully maybe get more tattoos.
Okay.
Just go out. I've always wanted to like go out. Like I haven't been out of state or anywhere like else besides um I go literally across the border to Rosarito here and there. So I would want to travel, even go out there and like dig like for records and have that like as a memory as like I travel and just have that like as a memory of like whatever state I found it at or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been anywhere, so I want to travel. I really want to travel.
So you never left Santa Ana, or besides Mexico? Not really. Wow.
Nope.
It's like Fullerton and then Santa Ana, and that's it.
Yeah, and then crosses the
Damn.
border.
Wow.
I've been to like San Diego, but like
Yeah.
out of state, like I haven't.
Where? Okay. So is there a specific state that you'd be like, man, I wanna check out that state?
Mm, I would want to go somewhere like in the East Coast, like Florida or like
Mhm.
New York.
Yeah. I've never been in the East Coast. I think the farthest I've been is Kansas City. I'm a big football fan, so I'll try to go out there like once a year if I can. The furthest, yeah, that's like the furthest I've been. But I'd love to go to New York. Maybe go to like the ball drop or something. But it's always so cold on New Year's. Like it'd be cool to go there and like. But I'm
Right?
like, I stare at those people. It's like fucking like 5 degrees or like like fuck that. Like, but it would be cool. It would be a cool experience to go see the ball drop in like New York.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so we're just gonna jump into like some fun questions here. Any particular food that you really enjoy?
Um, I would say Mexican food for sure, or like mariscos, shrimp cocktails, fish tacos, shrimp tacos. Like that's like my go-to. Italian food's good too, but I
Yeah.
always go back to like the mariscos or like Mexican food.
Any food that you have tasted and like this is like garbage?
Mm, no, I'm pretty open-minded. Like when it comes to like food, I can't. No, I would.
You give it a
I'm
try?
pretty. Yeah.
Okay. Any favorite chips that you have? I mean, in Santa Ana, man. It's like this is like every
Yeah.
kid in Santa Ana has like a bag of hot Cheetos in their hand.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hot Cheetos for sure. The black bag. I
The
have to
super hot
have the hot
ones.
Cheetos.
It's crazy.
Doritos, but mostly hot Cheetos though. Like that's like my go-to.
Okay. Yeah, like the black bag ones, like those ones for real. Like if I eat the black hot Cheetos, I get like this sweat, like I have like a yarmulke on or something. It's like freaking sweating, like right here. It's like fucking A. Yeah, it's like weird. But yeah, I'm like a very big hot Cheeto fan. Um, definitely like like in rehab, as people know, I've said it multiple times on these interviews and stuff. It's like hot Cheetos is like the death of me, and it's like so bad though. Like I know it's so bad.
Yeah, they're like really bad for you, but
Yeah, I've been eating them since like second grade. I so it's my first hit, second grade, and it's like I just can't stop. Like I've actually calmed down, like because they have other flavors. I used to eat hot Cheetos, but I can't even eat them anymore. Like I'm just like,
mhm.
ugh, they're
Yeah,
rough. Now you're from Michoacan, right? So did I say that right?
Michoacan.
And they
Oh,
have the ice cream.
my family's from there. I'm not. I was born here.
Okay, but
Yeah.
they have the big ice cream chain that's like blowing up.
Hola, Michoacana.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you go
Yeah,
there at
there's like
all? And
yeah, I've tried it. I've actually I believe they have a gansito ice cream.
mm,
They have a gansito ice cream. I think that's where I've tried it. And they have it's like little chunks of gansito. You know what gansito is, right?
I don't think so.
What?
Explain.
It's like a little breaded, like a chocolate covered like bread, and then it has like jelly inside with like whipped cream or something. But yeah,
Huh.
they have a gansito ice cream. That's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, that chain is like super blowing up. And there's actually one right by the studio. It's like it's pretty big too. Like it's huge and it's like always packed. So that's pretty cool. But so that's your favorite one right there, or do you have others?
I usually my go-to spot is Rite Aid. Like that's where I go. Like
Yeah,
Rite
right.
Aid ice cream is like the best ice cream.
Yeah,
Just
they are
I
pretty
grew up
good.
with it, so I'm like that's like the best ice cream in my eyes.
Yeah, the only thing about Rite Aid is like you got to find someone to fucking scoop it out. It's like, bro, like I'll scoop it myself. Like, just give me like the back counter keys. I'll like do it for you. Like you could be waiting for like 20 minutes, like just trying for them to scoop it. Like, fuck, let's do this. Any favorite movies that you have or genre of movies that you like?
um, I think like growing up, we did watch a lot of scary movies. So um, like Chucky and Michael Myers and all those like scary movies. I like all the classics like we used to watch. So I'm not really into like the modern stuff, like the modern like scary movies, but um like all the classics I would say like they're like kind of like my favorite just growing up with watching them.
I cannot, and I'm like the biggest pussy when it comes to movies. I cannot watch. I think like the scariest movie I ever watched was like The Exorcist, but like the new one. I'm too pussy to watch the first one, but like the new one. And the only reason I like didn't get scared is because I sat a bit up with a bunch of like older like black ladies, and like so I'm sitting here. They were like right behind me, and they would like every time the girl would like freak out and do like her exorcist shit, they'd be
Yeah.
like, damn, like she's breakdancing right now. Like she's getting down. And I was like laughing. So I couldn't get scared. Like they had me laughing. So if I
Yeah.
would watch movies with them, like scary movies with them, then I'd be cool. But I can't watch that shit. Like I don't like that feeling of like at night when you're like trying to go to sleep and
Right.
you hear like the fucking dog
You're
fart
all
and you go
paranoid.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
they
I think after like watching like Scary Movie 2, like I don't take that movie serious anymore. Like The Exorcist. I
yeah.
don't know if you've seen it, but
I've seen parts of it. I remember those. I can't even watch. Those are so stupid. Like I couldn't. I was like trying to get into those, and I'm like, I just can't. The comedy is just like, it's cool, it's funny, but I'm like, it's just so retarded. I know what you
yeah,
mean. It takes like whatever you think is serious, like it takes that like joy out of it almost because they make
uh-huh.
fun of it so hard, you know. Who's putting this? Thrifty ice cream. So I think I had like a few last questions here. Any favorite cartoon characters that you have at all?
Cartoon. Oh, I
Well,
wouldn't say cartoon. I would say show maybe. Growing up, my sister always had I Love Lucy playing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up watching I Love Lucy. Just everything about it, like especially like the 50s. Like I was so amazed. Like when I was growing up, like we would always go thrifting. So
Mm.
to the thrift stores around here. So we'd always find like Lucy collectibles, or even at the Swami. I don't know if you've heard of the Golden West Swami.
Yeah,
Here
no.
in
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
Golden
like
West.
we would always go, we would find collectibles. I even have like the VHS, like the VHS of her episodes. Um, I would say, yeah, I Love Lucy. Just growing up watching it.
Yeah, it was like always on. I'm sure it's still on. It's like kind of like I Love Lucy was kind of like the like Maury, like in the afternoon, like it's just always on, you know?
Yeah, it was. Like I would come back home from like kindergarten, and it would be like midday and they would be playing it.
Yeah, yeah, it's just there's like a million episodes. Yeah, so for the video that's going to be on Saturday, I created like a I Love Lucy
Mhm.
video for you. So when you play, it'll be on the background.
That's
Yeah, it's
badass.
gonna be super cool. It has like I found like some really cool art, and she's so beautiful. Like I think on the show she's like whatevs, but like in like real life, like her modeling pictures, like damn,
Mhm.
like she's really pretty.
Yeah,
And
she was.
yeah. Does anybody have any questions out there besides murder murder side about
When am
the
I gonna start
Justin
playing
Bieber?
Justin Bieber? Actually, I don't like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I'm not a big Justin Bieber fan. Yeah. But you grew up in that era though. That's like your era right there, no?
Yeah, but like I
Yeah.
don't really listen to like I listen to some music like for today's music, but I stick to like the old school. I feel like I'm young, but I'm like an old soul.
You're the old soul. Any guilty pleasure type of boy bands that you may have been into or
Boy band? No, not that I can think of right now.
okay, here, Jeremy has a question here. What records what's a record that you can't get your hands on that you really want?
Um, there's a lot of records that like I said, like I'm still expanding my collection. So there's like a lot of records that are kind of like in my want list right now. It's just, with time and obviously like money, shit can get expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you go on like Discogs or
Yeah,
what's like
I
your go-to?
Discogs, or I go like Record Jungle. I've been to Record Jungle. I've been to a couple places, Norwalk Records. There's been a couple places where I found like records. Even at the, I think my first record that I found was at the Golden West Swami. It was the Supremes.
Okay.
Yeah, I found them, and then I found um I was Cool in the Gang. It's just random spots like this. Even at thrift stores, like at Goodwill, I would find like random records.
Okay. Do you know what type of music you're gonna bless us with on Saturday? Are you gonna play
I
some G Funk or what?
yeah, I want to play. I want to play some G Funk. I do have.
Okay.
I want to bring some funk, like Rick James, um, some oldies, just to kind of like slow it down a bit.
Okay.
So a variety.
Okay. Yeah, and I heard what's that Rick James song where it says your name? What's like your
The
favorite?
Ghetto Life.
Yeah. Her name was Nancy.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs from him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love Rick James.
Yeah, that's a banger right there. You know what? Like growing up, that I was telling Jazzy that was like the first experience that I had with funk as a kid is they were playing that record, that Rick James record. And I just remember like every track just banging. I'm like, damn, like who is this? And I just remember being like, I was probably like 8 or 9. And yeah, they were like, it's Rick James. And I was like, damn, like, this is like some cool shit, you know?
Yeah.
So But yeah, and then I was always like, but now it's like you play that shit, it's like it just always hits too. I love it.
Yeah.
So if there's no other questions here, I think kind of covered everything. Unless you want to bring anything up, any gigs that you may have in the future.
No, just Saturday for now.
Yeah. So, and I'm hoping, like I said, we're trying to get like some open tables, a spot to do open tables. I mean, I know that we have like the show, but we used to do like chapter 1, and that was really fun. Just having, people bring out the records, and then people get their drink on and get their dance on like during the week. So we're trying to do something like that, and hopefully we can. And then love to have you come through there as well. Just like the old days, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, just wrap everything up. Thank everybody for, tuning in, dropping some funny comments. Thank you for watching, and we will see you Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.